We're here with the skipper of Lake Effect from Youngstown, New York, competing in Perf 1. First and foremost, you've been down to Key West before. I understand that you've done some Melgus programs. So tell us about your experience down here in Key West.
I started coming down in like 1999, and I've done most of them. I've skipped a couple years for various reasons, but I love it so much down here. I actually bought a house and I live down here in the winter now.
Oh, really?
So it's a great place to be. There's lots to do. Other than sailing, there's a lot to do. So it's a great program, and I used to have a Melgus 32, but that got too competitive and I wanted to step it down a little bit. And this boat is my favorite boat of all the boats I've ever owned.
Why is that?
It's just a great all-around boat. It's not so edgy. It's a lot more stable than the 32 was, and it sails really easily with short-handed crew. So it's a great boat.
And do you cruise it? Is it a fairly comfortable boat below?
Yeah, it's very comfortable to cruise on. I even had a cruising boat. This boat's more comfortable than the cruising boat was. So much more better sleeping here on this boat. And you can get where you want to go quick, which is nice. And I can handle it pretty much by myself.
So now, the fact that you're now a Key West resident, does that make it a little bit easier to do the program? So many people have to travel down here. It's a big effort. I guess you go home and sleep in your own bed every night.
That's a great thing to do. I actually started out here and I bought a timeshare at the Hyatt, so half my crew's at the Hyatt over there, which is a great location also. And it is a lot easier to do it than from a hotel, because you can have a nice crew dinner with a kitchen and silverware and all that kind of stuff. So that's a real positive about living here. And then I have more time to get the boat together. Before I used to come down, and it was always like a Chinese fire drill to get the boat together in time. And now I've got a couple weeks to get it ready, so it's good.
Now, do you have the boat trailered back up to New York? Do you still sail up there in New York?
Yeah, I still sail up there. I actually live on the river in Youngstown, so my boat's right in front of my house, which is beautiful. And it's a lot, but it's too big a boat for me to trailer. I don't want to do that. I'm paying somebody to do
Right,
that.
of course, right.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about the competition here in Perf 1. Teamwork, Robin Team's J122 is doing very well so far. How does that boat compare to your J111? I mean, on the surface they seem somewhat similar, other than the obvious differences in length. But why are they doing so well in these early conditions?
Well, one of the things, like I've raced a lot of perf stuff too. Usually the guy with the lowest handicap ends up getting clean air all the time, and once he gets away,
right,
the rich kind of get richer every time. They never have to deal with somebody getting on their air once they get away from you. So it seems like the bigger boats have done well here. I think it was lighter air that made it a little bit more challenged. Right. When it gets breezy, they're full on, and they get away from you pretty quick. So they're kind of it's perf racing.
Right.
That's how it works. So.
Well, regardless, are you pleased with the way your team is sailing, or do you feel like you?
Our real goal is to do well against the other 111s, and that's really, it's sort of like our little match race internally on perf. I personally don't really care how we end up scoring. I just want to beat the other 111s. So.
Right, because it's more of an apples and apples
situation.
It's
more of an apples and apples thing, and it's kind of like the other boat that's in here is a 1D35, which is a really good boat, but he's not an A-kite boat, so you're kind of racing apples and oranges a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's kind of tough for him to do that in here and all that. But I had that boat at one time too. I always liked that boat a lot too.
Right.
Especially in these conditions. That's a really good boat.
Well, are you looking forward to the big air day today? I mean, we're here on the dock and it's blowing like crazy. I can't imagine what it's going to be like out there. Are you ready for it?
Yeah, I've done it. I mean, I've been here enough to be through it, but I don't like doing it because all I see is dollar bills flying off the back of my sails. So
yeah,
it just gets expensive. That's all.
Right. Hopefully, avoid breakages.
Yeah.
Well,
it definitely tears your sails up for sure pretty quick. So.
Right. Well, thank you for your time. We wish you the best of luck throughout the rest of the week.